Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and I thought I'd shoot you a new video today. And today's topic is, how do I know if I have $1 million case? Do I have $1 million case? What does it take to make a case $1 million case? And when I say $1 million case, I mean a case that is worth a settlement or a verdict over $1 million. So could be close to $1 million, 900, 900,000, something like that. Could be at a million, could be over a million, right? Well, the first thing I want to let you know is that $1 million cases are relatively rare. And a lot of lawyers focus their entire practice on trying to find just the big fish, just finding and signing the big fish cases, which, if I was honest with you, if I was a better businessman, that's probably what I would do. But I like helping people. So I don't care if you have a leg fracture or whatever it is. I like to help people, and whatever you got going on, I want to help you with it. But obviously, I love the huge cases too. But the thing you need to know is it's not that common. So sometimes maybe you read a book or you watched a news report, saw a video on YouTube, or you got somebody who got $1 million on a case, or they claim to have gotten $1 million on a case. So you might have an idea that insurance companies and big companies are giving away $1 million settlements like giving away candy on Halloween, and that's just not the case. Injuries and cases that go for $1 million or more or around $1 million are pretty rare. It's not that common. So, if you've got an injury case with substantial injuries, you cannot just automatically assume that the case is going to be $1 million case. So that's point number one. So what's the number one thing? The number one thing that makes a $1 million case? Well, there's really two. Okay, these are the two big ones. The first one is a huge, huge life-altering injury. I'm talking about death. I'm talking about paralysis or partial paralysis. I'm talking about an injury that means you can never work again. I'm talking about somebody who is in a coma, somebody who has limbs removed from their body, major surgeries where they have to be on assistive medical hardware for the rest of your life. When you have an injury like that, or a serious injury to a child, or you're the only breadwinner in the family, and you've got a wife and kids that rely on you and depend on you, those are the kinds of injuries, realistically, that mean you're looking at a case that is $1 million, multi-million-dollar case. Okay? That's the first thing. If you have a broken leg and you now have arthritis in the leg for the rest of your life, but you can still work and it makes things harder for you and it gives you pain every day, is that a $1 million case? I might try to make it a $1 million case. I might tell the insurance company that I want it to be a $1 million case. But realistically, if you were on a jury, somebody broke their leg, they have, let's say, $40,000, $50,000 in medical bills. They still have problems with the broken leg, but it doesn't stop them from going to work. Are you going to give them $1 million? Like, when you're in the situation where you have a case and you're hopeful for being fully compensated for it, you might say, oh yeah, I'd give them 10 million. Well, God bless you. I hope you're on all my juries. But realistically, you know, the other thing I should tell you is that for you, I want to get you as much as possible. So even if you're the dude with the broken leg who has ongoing pain, I would love to get you $1 million. But that's not what we're talking about right now. I believe you deserve $1 million, but that's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about right now is, what are these cases going for? What are juries doing at trial with cases like this? And so my point is, to guarantee that you're in the seven figures or higher, you need a death, a profound injury with permanent consequences of some kind. Now, if you have a question about whether your injury is big enough or whether the consequences are big enough, you can always give me a call at 312 500 4500. You can call that number any night or day. I'm happy to answer your questions. Obviously, if you have a case, I'll sign it up and be your lawyer if you want me to. But if you just have questions, I'm happy to answer them. You can call that number anytime, night or day, and it's free consultation, 312 500 4500. So, what's the second big thing that I was talking about earlier? This is something that a lot of lawyers, a lot of injured people don't think about, a lot of lawyers don't consider. How much insurance is there? How big is the corporation that hurt you? How how rich is the person or company that hurt you? How much money do they have? Does it make economic sense to do it? So that's the next thing to think about. That's the next thing to think about. If you get hit by a Pepsi truck, or the city of Chicago runs over you, hits you with a garbage truck, something like that, or um, an over-the-road trucker for FedEx or somebody like that hits your car, you're talking about a major corporation with a lot of money. You're talking about companies that have massive insurance policies. In those circumstances, there's going to be no question that if your injuries are big enough, then uh, that you're going to be in the money. There's that money to get. Even if they don't have enough insurance, they have to worry about their corporate assets, right? And usually those companies are layered, and the defense picture is a little bit complicated, which leads to the third and final point when you're trying to figure out if you got $1 million case. And that is having a lawyer on your side who is familiar and knows how to research the defendants, figure out the insurance picture, and can take the case to trial, and has experience handling and settling major injury cases. Because here's the thing, so many big corporations, they know they're a target for a lawsuit if one of their employees kills somebody or cripples somebody, right? So what they do is they put multiple corporations, little underfunded corporations all over the place, right? So it's not uncommon for me in a case like that. I'll file a lawsuit and I'll have 12 defendants. Why? Because under the state of Illinois, the trucking company or the construction company or the location where my client got hurt, it's not just, Fred's Construction. It's, Fred's Construction Logistics, Fred's Construction Incorporated, Fred's Construction number 10 LLC, Fred's Construction number 8 LLC, Fred and Sons Construction Incorporated. You know what I mean? Like they put Fred's Construction Management Company. They make a bunch of different companies, and then you as the lawyer have to make sure you sue the right ones, right? So that's why you can't just, especially on a huge case, you cannot go it alone. It would be a really big mistake, okay? So getting a lawyer with experience who tries cases, you can't just call one of these services you see on the internet or one of these TV guys you see on TV. A lot of these guys have never gone to court. They've never tried a case, or the last case they tried was 20 years ago. You need somebody who actually does it for a living and is committed to doing it. And it's got to be somebody you get along with. It's got to be somebody who you trust. It's got to be somebody who's a straight shooter. There's too much on the line in a catastrophic injury case. That's what lawyers call $1 million cases. They call them catastrophic injury cases. I don't know why. I guess maybe it sounds fancier. Catastrophic injury cases. I call them real big cases. I call them $1 million cases. When I'm around a lawyer, I'll call them a catastrophic injury case. Anyway, if that's really it. You need, for $1 million case, for a catastrophic injury case, you need a catastrophic injury, death, cripple, life profoundly altered, maybe even life not even worth living. That's number one. Number two, you need a huge insurance policy or a rich company. And number three, you need a lawyer so nothing gets screwed up. And it's got to be a lawyer with some miles on the odometer, if you know what I'm saying, right? Those are the three things you need for a million or a multi-million-dollar case. So hope this info helped you. As always, if you or a loved one has been hurt, you have questions, you need representation, please give me a call at 312-500-4500. If you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, you can go to my website. I've got some cool tools on my website. They're completely, pardon me, completely free to use. One is called the Case Cash Calculator. It tells you what your case might be worth in settlement. The other one is the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you have a good case or maybe you have a case with some challenges. Both of those tools are completely free on my website to use, link in the description. And literally in 10 or 15 seconds, you just answer a few questions and it gives you the answer. Whether you have a good case or a rough case, or in the case of the Case Cash Calculator, tells you whether your case, a ballpark of what your case might be worth in settlement, right? Free, no obligation, no lawyer to talk to. Pardon me. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And if you wouldn't mind, if you enjoy the information I give to injured people for free, and the advice and the help and the support, and you wouldn't mind helping me out, it literally will take you 5 seconds, but it would really help me out. I have a link in the description where you can go to give me a 5-star review on Google. People really rely on that and look at that when they're deciding to hire a lawyer. So what all you need to do is take the web page address, the URL, put it in your web browser on your phone, your tablet, or your computer. Takes you right to the page. Click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit. Literally 5 seconds for you, but invaluable favor to me, and I'd really appreciate it. So thank you for watching. I hope you and your family are well, but if God forbid somebody is in trouble, somebody's facing an injury situation, just give me a call, 312-500-4500. Look forward to hearing from you. God bless you and your family, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.